Let's see, going to shuffle a bit. Just to show you how consistent it is. A lot of people doubt because it's 60 cards, but you know, I've been working out the ratios for a while. Alright. I guess that's okay. I could power shuffle actually. Just to make sure it is all working properly. And yeah, so you know I didn't stack the deck or anything. Okay, just one last shuffle and a cut. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, looks like somehow we got 2 cards stuck together, but this is a real test hand, so I don't really mind. We're going to start off by normal summoning Keeper of Dragon Magic, using its effect, discarding a, let's say, discard a Merly. Yeah, we're going to search out Instant Fusion. There it is. Instant Fusion. It's going to get us into our Predaplant combo, and then again in turn it will get us into our Tearlaments combo. So I'm going to play Instant Fusion, pay 1,000 life points, and then summon straight from the deck. Summon straight from the extra deck, sorry. Oh, there it is. Oh, I was like, where's my extra deck? Summon straight from the extra deck. And Ambulo Melodies. Ambulo Melodies on summon is going to search out any Predaplant card. And the best one for us to search out right now is the Bufalicula, because it is a polymerization, pretty much. Then we are going to use Ambulo Melodies effect to tribute it, target itself, and then tribute itself to special summon from the deck a Predaplant Darlingtonia Cobra. Cobra on summon will search us any fusion or polymerization spell. If you want, I guess if you know what your opponent's playing, maybe you want to search out Super Poly, but say we don't know. I want to play my Tearlaments combo, I'm going to search out Fusion Deployment. Okay. I'm going to activate Fusion Deployment. I'm going to reveal Kaleido Heart in the extra deck. And then special summon a Rhino Heart right from the deck. We'll use Rhino Heart's effect. We're going to send a tier card to the graveyard, which is going to be the Sheeran. Oh no, okay. Sheeran effect, we are going to make a Kit Kalos. We're going to put, I guess we'll put these two back, the Rhino Heart, because we need some space on the board. We're going to make a Kit Kalos. I like to put it in defense because I don't want to get OTK'd out of nowhere, but I don't think I really need to be worried about that. But we're going to search out a Sulic, because we want to have a interruption on our opponent's turn that plays through Dark Ruler. Let's see, from here we can play Branded Fusion. Activate the Branded Fusion. We're going to send Fallen of Albaz and a Light-Hex Sealed Fusion to the graveyard to summon an Albion. We're going to use Albion's effect and then banish. We're going to banish the Fallen of Albaz and the Light-Hex Sealed Fusion to summon out a copy of Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. I'm going to then activate Bufalakula in the scale. We've used Sharon effect only so far, so then we're going to use Kick Callous effect to target and tribute itself, and then special summon from the graveyard the Merly. Then we'll do Chainlink 1 Kick Callous, Chainlink 2 Merly, mill 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we can use Chainlink 1 Merly, Chainlink 2 Saronir, and Chainlink 3 Agito. So Agito will mill 5 first from both decks. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's pretty good. Actually, no, we used Sharon already. So we're going to use Saronir's effect to send a Branded Retribution. And then we are going to use Merly's effect to fuse. We are going to fuse the Merly and the Kick Callous into copy of Rule Callous. Okay, these have been completed already. And then the new chain, we will activate Bitless effect just to get us a Predaplant monster in the hand. We already have our fusion Bufalakula, so it doesn't really matter what we search. We can search a Scorpio. Yeah, I play a lot. People sometimes just look at me like, "Are you done? Your turn yet?" And yeah, I just have a lot of plays. Sorry, this Scorpio is in my hand, and these will go to the graveyard. So now we have an Alibur, so in case they're able to clear anything that's a fusion monster, we can use the Alibur to go back, to summon itself out and negate a monster. Yeah, so we have 4 cards in hand, 6 monsters on the field, and we still haven't used our fusion effect here, so we're going to use the fusion effect and fuse the Albion and the Keeper of Dragon Magic for a copy of Predaplant Dragostapelia. So we're then going to set the Sulic because we want to be able to use its effect, and we are going to go to end phase, trigger our Albion to set a Branded Speller Trap, and then we'll actually chain the Branded Retribution, banishing it, to get back in our hand the Branded Fusion that we just used. So we have follow-up, like it should be lethal follow-up, yeah. And then, sorry, we need to set the Branded Banishment straight from our deck. Okay, so now we're pretty much set. We have a branded banishment as an interruption. We have a Sullic as an interruption, number 2. We have Rule Callus is number 3. Dragoon is number 4. Dragos Tabelia as number 5. And what we can do is, like, if they don't have anything that we can use for the branded banishment, so like Super Poly or Banish Away, we can bring back the Albion on their turn, and then use the effect of branded banishment to banish the Albion and the Bufalakula, and we can summon out another copy of Dragos Tabelia. So technically that's another negate. So we have 1 Omni negate, 2 monster negates, 3 monster negates actually, sorry, with the Sullic, and then 1 negate with the Rule Callus. So it's like 5 interruptions, and we already have follow-up in our hand for the next turn. And we also have an Aliber in the graveyard for another interruption. Yeah, I think we're pretty much set here. It's going to be hard for anybody to break this board unless they have, like, yeah, I don't even know, like 2, 3 lava golems. Yeah, that's one hand. We can do another one just to say, like, you know, just to see how consistent it is. Let's put everything back. Oh no. Alright, let's see. 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, this is also another pretty great hand. We have the cross out to protect ourselves, and then we have pretty much, yeah, 2 different lines of plays here I see already. We have our branded line of play, and we have our Tearlament line of play with the fusion deployment. So first off, we're gonna use Lebellion's effect, send itself to the graveyard, grab a Magnemite. Where is it? We'll grab Magnemite. Then we'll play Fusion Deployment. We'll activate it. Reveal Kaleido Heart again. Special summon Rhino Heart. Rhino Heart effect, we're going to dump not a Sheeran, but we were going to dump a Havness. Havness effect, we're going to put back the Rhino Heart in itself to summon Kit Kalos. Right here. Kit Kalos effect on summon, we're going to grab ourselves a Sullic. Then we're going to normal summon our Aliber, use the effect, search out Branded Fusion. We're going to play Branded Fusion. We're going to send this time Fallen of Albaz with, where is it? Predaplant, Biplisp. So you guys can see how useful the Predaplant combo is here. We will then summon out Lubellion. Chainlink 1 Lubellion, Chainlink 2 Biplisp. We got a discard for Lubellion. We're going to discard the Crossout because we don't know what our opponent's playing at this point. They haven't interrupted us, hopefully. So we will then use Biplis effect, Resolve Biplis effect, sorry, to get us a Buffalicula. And then we will resolve Lubellion, shuffling back the Fallen of Albaz and itself. For a Mirror Jade. Then we will activate the Buffalicula in the scale. We will then activate the Buffalicula. Before we do anything, let's summon our Magnemite by banishing the Biplisp. Then we'll use Lubellion effect to tribute the Magnemite. Before we do that, we will use Magnemite's effect, and then we will tribute it for the Lubellion. We will use Lubellion's effect, activate the Branded Lost, so our opponent cannot negate any fusion summons on when their turn comes. Then we will activate Buffalicula in the scale. We will fuse the Sheeran in our hand with the Aliber for our first Masquerade, and then we will summon out another one, but by using the Sheeran again in the graveyard to put back the Aliber and itself for another Masquerade. Then we will set the Sullick, so we can send the Kick Callus on our turn, our opponent's turn, and mill 5. So we have quite a few interruptions here. Oh, sorry, we're gonna go to end phase. End phase trigger the resolve the Magnemite effect. We will want possibly to search for the Sarnier. I mean, if you want, like, you can summon the Sarnier and then send it with the Sullick, or we can search for a Druis Worm. Druis Worm is a little bit better, I guess, because you can summon him, and then if your opponent clears him, they'll lose one of their special summon monsters. Depending on what deck you're playing against, you might want to do that, or you can actually search like your other follow-up. Say if you wanted to search Keeper of Dragon Magic, he is a dragon, so you can search him. So now we have quite a few strong monsters on the board. We got double Masquerade, so 1200 damage for every time they use any kind of effect. We have our Sullick with our Kick Callus to negate a monster that they have, and then send Kick Callus to mill 5. And then we have Mirror Jade's effect to banish a monster, and then get Branded Fusion next off of the Albion if we want. Then we have Druis Worm in our hand to banish a monster, and then possibly send another card they control to the graveyard. Okay, so let's actually just try to use the Sullick. Say it's our opponent's turn, they summon a monster, we Sullick it, send the Kick Callus, mill 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So we've hit Havness. So we're going to activate Havness effect. And we have a branded opening in the graveyard now, so in case they try to destroy the Masquerades or the Mirror Jade with anything, we can protect them. We will use Havness effect to send to shuffle back itself and the light hex sealed fusion. Because we want to be able to possibly summon a Dragoon next turn or a Tyrant Dragon, we're going to count the Kick Kalos. We're going to count the light hex sealed fusion as Kick Kalos. So we're going to put it to the bottom and summon out a Rule Kalos on our opponent's turn, so we can also interrupt them again. And also, since we fusion summoned, we can add a Fallen Valbaz directly from the deck to our hand. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We could also try another combo. I mean, just to do a scientific test of 3 test hands, just to show how consistent and powerful this deck is. You see how many different ways you can play it already. You know, you don't always have to just summon a Dragoon if you don't want to. Alright, 5 cards. Okay, this is not bad. We have Primeval Planet Perloreno, we have Infinite Impermanence, we have a Tragedy, we have Keeper, and then we have Branded Lost. Alright, we're going to first start off by activating Branded Lost. We are then going to activate Primeval Planet Perloreno, to possibly try to bait something. We will get to our hands we will get a Sheeran actually to our hand, since we have a Tragedy in our hand and we're going to be using our normal summon. We will use Sheeran effect first, just to possibly bait anything, and we'll send the Tragedy to get an Aliber in our hand after. We're going to mill 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we hit a Havness. Amazing. We'll use Chainlink 1 Havness, Chainlink 2 Tragedy. Tragedy will get us an Aliber, and then Havness will fuse with Sheeran after a late shuffle. Oh no. Okay, put these 2 to the bottom. For Kick Kalos, I guess we'll put an attack since it gets a boost. New chain, Kick Kalos, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Branded Lost. We'll get ourselves a Fallen Valbaz, and then we'll get ourselves a Sulik. Alright. Now we can actually do something pretty crazy here. Since we need to discard to use Keeper Dragon Magic's effect, he's actually a better normal summon than Aliber, because he can search Instant Fusion, which can get us a Bufalakula when we summon the Ambular Melodies. So we're going to normal summon him. We're going to use the effect discarding Fallen Valbaz, and we're going to search out Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion. We're going to play the Instant Fusion. Going to summon out Ambular Melodies. Use Ambular Melodies effect. Search out a Bufalakula. And as you can see, we've milled 1 Cobra, so this is why it's good to play 2. We will then use Ambular Melodies effect, distributing itself, specialing out another Cobra. Cobra effect, we're going to search for a Branded Fusion. We're going to play Branded Fusion. Sending... Oh no, sorry. I've done something wrong. Before we play the Branded Fusion, actually, we're going to use Keeper of Dragon Magic's effect. It has another effect. You can reveal a monster from your extra deck, a fusion monster, and so in this case we're going to reveal Mirror Jade, and since it specifically lists Fallen of Albaz, we can resurrect it from the graveyard in face down defense position because of Keeper's effect. So now we don't have to send one from the deck, and basically we discarded off of the Keeper of Dragon Magic, so we didn't really go minus. We just brought it back and used it as, you know, material again. So we're going to play Branded Fusion. We're going to send the Fallen of Albaz from the field, and a light Hex Sealed Fusion to make Albion. We're going to use Albion's effect. We're going to fuse by banishing to create a Dragoon, counting the light Hex Sealed Fusion as Dark Magician, and another dragon effect monster. So we are now going to activate Bufalakula and the Scale. We're going to fuse Keeper of Dragon Magic and Albion to make Dragostapelia. We're actually going to put him in the extra monster zone. Yeah, then we're going to set our Sulik, set our Imperm, and go to the end phase, and we'll trigger our Albion. Albion will set the Branded Banishment to our field. Wow, we have a full board of interruptions again. Let's see. Yeah, Monster Negate with Dragostapelia, Monster Negate with Sulik, Mommy Negate with Dragoon, because we have the Aliber to discard. We have Branded Banishment to resurrect the Albion, and then possibly fuse with the Cobra or something our opponent has to make another Dragostapelia. So that is like, yeah, how many interruptions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly 6. Infinite Impermanence, which is like a 7th interruption. And we have the Kick House, and like everything here is boosted by 500, so Dragoon is at 35, Dragostapelia is at 32. Say we use Sulik, and then we send the Kick House. Let's see what we hit when we mill. 3, 4, 5. Alright, so in this case we haven't really hit anything but Saronir. So we'll use Saronir's effect. We're going to send, where is it? The Branded Retribution. And on resolution, we can banish the Branded Retribution and add back to our hand the Branded Fusion. Yeah, then we also have the banishment. Say they don't have anything dark or no fusions. We can summon the Albion, banish these. Sorry, banish them, and then get a Dragostapelia on the field. So it's a lot of interruption, and it's pretty consistent, as you can see. We just did 3 hands, and all 3 became pretty good boards. Yeah, that's it for the combo video. Thanks for joining.